Hey guys, it's Leah, and my short story analysis is on Woman Hollering Creek by Sandra Cisneros. Within this story, we explore themes of cultural identity, gender roles, and the impact of societal expectations. The creek itself serves as a symbolic element reflecting our protagonist's struggle for freedom and self-discovery. The narrative weaves Mexican folklore and contemporary issues, offering a poignant reflection on the challenges faced by women in navigating cultural and personal boundaries. The story is titled after the creek that runs by Cleophilas' house. She says that no one can tell whether the woman is hollering from pain or anger. And this point of view comes from the fact that Cleophilas is living in a culture of abuse where violence against women is normalized. So she is led to feel that there is nothing wrong with this. So then she views the term hollering in a negative connotation. So the creek becomes even more important towards the end, where in the beginning we were introduced to the creek as a woman hollering out of pain or negativity, whichever kind of negativity it may be. We are later reintroduced when Felice, the woman who helps Cleophilas escape Juan Pedro and get back to Mexico. When they're driving to San Antonio, they cross the creek, and Felice stomps her foot, punches the ceiling, and loudly hollers with joy in respect for the woman hollering. And Cleophilas had never seen the woman hollering viewed in such a positive way as she may have been hollering for joy. Her admiration for the woman hollering creek was a refreshing attitude in a narrative that is so overly saturated with misogyny. And in this moment, Cleophilas is granted the ability to embrace female autonomy for the first time. Felice epitomizes the kind of confidence and power that Cleophilas so desperately craves in her own life, and Felice introduces her to this idea that a woman could embrace her own feminism and support herself. Talking more about the craft of Woman Hollering Creek, it showcases Cisneros' highly skilled storytelling through vivid imagery and a blend of English and Spanish language, incorporating both of them within the writing. The narrative structure incorporates a mix of traditional storytelling and a little bit of folklore, enhancing the cultural richness of the story. Cisneros successfully uses symbolism, such as the creek itself, as before mentioned, to convey deeper meanings related to women's experiences and societal expectations, as well as how they are constantly perceived by others. Content-wise, the story dives into the complexities of Mexican-American identity, particularly the challenges faced by women in negotiating cultural traditions with modern expectations. The protagonist, Cleophilas, undergoes a transformative journey highlighting themes of love, abuse, and the pursuit of autonomy. Cisneros addresses issues such as domestic violence and societal pressures while infusing the narrative with cultural nuances that resonate with a diverse audience. Jumping into viewing the story with different lenses, I'm going to start off with the feminist lens. Cisneros shows us the realities of a woman trapped in an abusive relationship and how, when there is a history of abuse, the woman often doesn't see what's wrong or see a way out, as I previously spoke about. The story also explores the role of women and what is expected from them in a society. Not only does Juan Pedro expect his wife to endure his constant violence and misogyny, but he also expects her to comfort him and give him emotional support when he feels guilty for mistreating her. Looking away from the more obvious themes of this story, we can also view it from a cultural criticism lens. Cisneros emphasizes how easily it is to lose track of your identity when you are put into a new environment, and how important it is to stay connected to your culture. Cleophilas experiences this firsthand when she moves away from her family and her entire life to a new country and doesn't speak the language. She relies on telenovelas and the stories that she grew up loving to keep herself strong and connect herself back with her identity. Still within the cultural criticism lens, Cisneros is able to tug on the heartstrings of a diverse audience by pulling in traditional Latin folklore, such as Ya Llorona, who Cleophilas ties with the Woman Hollering Creek as a potential reason for it being named as such. Aspects of authenticity, such as the folklore of Ya Llorona and including the Spanish dialect and language within the story, adds humanity and makes the story feel that much more real. It also adds a sense of relatability to the characters because everyone comes from a culture and has values or traditions or stories that they carry with them from that culture. The specific piece of Cisneros' craft adds to the genius of the story. Overall, Woman Hollering Creek is a powerful exploration of cultural identity and a quest for personal freedom despite hardships. And the true beauty of the story lies in the fact that Cisneros was able to create a tale that leaves a mark, whether you've experienced similar events or not, whether you're a part of this culture or not. There's a piece of the story that resonates in our human feelings of empathy, and that is truly what makes this story so special and drives Cisneros' point home.